Good morning, everyone, or good evening, good afternoon to wherever time zone you are in. I'm Wayne, co-founder and chief product officer of HeyGen. Sorry about being a few minutes late today. We were having some technical issue, and our social media manager could not really join us due to some technical difficulty. But it's okay. I can stay with you guys and go through our topic today. So, as many of you might have noticed on the internet, especially Twitter and LinkedIn, that we have launched a thing called Video Translator, and it's been getting pretty viral on the social networks, and many people have been having fun with that. So that is our topic today. Yeah, we're gonna kind of talk to you about the behind the scenes of Video Translate to walk you through a quick demo and show you some really good results of how Video Translate works. Yeah. I see some folks commenting that they cannot hear from the chat. I'm not sure if others can hear me okay. If not, please, I don't know, comment in the chat so our assistant will take a look and see if there's anything we need to adjust. Right. So again, I appreciate everyone for taking your time and being here. It's really honored, and we've actually collected really questions with the webinar sign up link already. So I'm gonna go through a few kind of most commonly asked questions, and I'm gonna share my screen to kind of show you guys what Video Translator by HeyGen Labs is about. And I did a few interesting attempts on my own. And then we're gonna take a look at like all the viral content, and then maybe do a Q&A or AMA and for the last 10 minutes. So let me do a quick introduction to Video Translate first. So it's a very simple feature that we launched like earlier this week. You take a video, for example, myself talking right now, and I just tell HeyGen that, okay, I want this video to be in a different language, say German or Portuguese or Spanish. I only upload a video, select a target language, and I click submit. And after a few minutes of processing, I'll get a video of myself speaking in the same accent, same style, same rhythm or tempo speed, but in a different language, as if that were it was my like mother tongue. So it's very powerful. It's very realistic and natural. Many people wouldn't really believe that when they first see the result from others. Right, I will show you that. So that's basically how Video Translate works. Just to kind of give you a quick context for folks who might have not tried that yet. So yeah, it's a very interesting innovation by our team. I think the backstory is that we've always been trying to come up with better but also more useful generative AI technology from our avatars to videos, all these kind of aspects, helping people, creator, business trying to make a good content, good video for their team internally or externally, for their YouTube playlist, for their product promotion, whatever, and whatsoever. And one of the most common and or pinpoint that people bring out to us is that they want international content. It's like everyone is going on the internet, right? Like everyone wants to expand their audience from their region to another continent. If there's a way to kind of expand their content for different kinds of audiences in terms of their language, their culture, that kind of thing. But it used to be very expensive, and it used to be very costly for some existing content to become compatible with a totally different language, totally different group of target users. Either the host or the speaker needs to be really good at the other language, or they just need to find someone who's good at different kind of languages, like a whole team of multilingual folks who's also good at what they want to be communicating, and repeat the costly video production process again. So yeah, we've been trying to figure out what's the best way to help people internationalize their video content. And given the technical progress we have and the insights, the experience we gained with building HeyGen with customers' input, we figure out this really simple and a straightforward way, which is like I described. You upload a photo, you tell us which language you want, and you get a video. Yeah, so that's kind of the backstory of how we figure out like video translator and kind of put into work. It's definitely a couple weeks process. It's not like a snap and then it's there. Like we had our internal iteration, we tested with our beta testers, and we tried to do our best. It's kind of like a like a side innovation, but a really important and a useful one, right? So that was a good question in terms of like for people who wants to who are curious about what happened behind the scene. So from what's happening on the internet, which is pretty viral, and our servers has been getting lots of requests. What the next question is about who do we think will gain the most from this feature? So we definitely have some answers from our perspective, like in our mind, but it's definitely not the best answers from you guys. But when we were doing this, there were a few group of customers we hope that could really benefit from this feature. First of all, it's like I mentioned, the teams who need to internationalize their marketing content for like multilingual regions. Say I just made a video talking about our new product release, or maybe our upcoming promotion for Black Friday, and I would like to kind of translate that video into multiple languages like Spanish, like I don't know, Indonesia or French and German, just so that I can easily expand my marketing reach, my audience globally, that I can maximize again the incoming traffic, the attention I can get for my product or for my marketing campaign. So that's the first part. The second part, which is really huge as well, is like education and learning and development. We actually have been receiving lots of requests from lots of kind of educational institute from all over the world who have seen video translator and become really interested in terms of expanding their existing educational content to more users from more countries and languages, which really makes sense, right? Like for some really prestigious universities, they have super good, very insightful, educational content on certain topic or courses. Like they usually produce like a series of online video courses on, I don't know, say computer science or society, but it can only be in one language that they, I don't know, are the most familiar with. But what if they can just make that into all the kind of the other languages for the people in the world who might have a chance of learning those knowledge and become more educated? That's like a wonderful thing. And now with video translator, with this kind of technology, is going to be really accessible, really easy to do, right? So lots of educational institutes like universities are reaching out to us and asking for partnership, which is like very exciting as well. Another part is like just like more internal business communication for multilingual or multi-continent international companies who have employees or offices that speak in different languages. If there's kind of a, I don't know, announcement from the CEO or the president talking about anything, maybe a quick message or maybe an all hands, like it'll definitely be more personal and more related if the CEO can speak in the employees' mother tongue, right? In this kind of the language they're familiar with, and the technology behind video translator can totally make that happen with almost no cost for this kind of companies. That's how we envisioned that video translator could help people and the creators be, expand their content and their audience reach. Excuse me. But we also see and hear about more exciting use cases from the community once it went viral. For example, we're making this faster and faster. There has been a huge, burden on our server. So many of you folks have been waiting for the processing. We're doing our best, but in the longer term, we're gonna make this faster and faster, so it'll become real time. In that case, it'll unlock even more stuff. Like for example, when you are doing live broadcasting, say you are like a YouTuber playing some game for your audience, right? Or traveling kind of vlogger, you can just totally to multilingual audience like right away without even worrying about anything. Yeah, so there will be a lot more huge and interesting use cases once we make the technology more accessible and faster. Again, it's still in a beta phase. It's labeled as beta. It's by HeyGen Labs, so it's still in its early phase, and there's a lot more we can do. Which we also didn't expect this such huge hype from the internet, which we are really honored to have. Right. Okay. So the next question is, what's HeyGen Labs? Like maybe people haven't heard about that. Like where did HeyGen Labs come from, and what's the roadmap into either video translator or HeyGen Labs, which is an interesting question. So yeah, we haven't formally kind of talked about HeyGen Labs to many people, but it actually started a while ago. For some folks, you guys might have noticed and even used our ChatGPT plugin. HeyGen ChatGPT plugin is also done by HeyGen Labs team, right? And this video translator, and there were some other kind of other updates or innovations. So basically, HeyGen Labs is an internal team here that is kind of on one hand trying to build on our AI technology, but also trying to do some, quick, not quick, but focused innovation based on what technology or what kind of avatar asset we have, trying to not to be limited by HeyGen main product, HeyGen app itself, at the same time being really useful to the community, to creators, to businesses, to the world, right? And after a few times of iteration, we have shipped a few potentially useful but standalone kind of product lines to you guys. Like again, ChatGPT plugin, and this time video translator, and there will be more. So yes, if anyone has any good idea or interesting expectation in terms of what else do you want to see HeyGen can do, but not in the main app itself, feel free to reach out to us all the time, and we're always we're all ears. We're always listening from the audience and the community and collecting good ideas, and the way try to turn things alive, make things happen if they really make sense and are worth doing, right? So that's about HeyGen Labs, and the roadmap into the future of HeyGen Labs and the video translator. I kind of touched on that earlier. Yeah, we're going to be video translator still kind of in its beta phase. It's already getting so much attention, but there's a lot more we can do in terms of its scalability, its performance, and this kind of real-time concept, right? And more. One thing is like more languages. That's definitely coming very soon. So the first version I think only supports 8 languages as the output, but we are bringing a lot more languages to this. So stay tuned. It'll come really soon. Like I think we've heard people wanting to do Japanese a lot, which is definitely coming very soon. And we'll be supporting at least 20 plus or even 30 plus languages as the output. We'll also support more languages as the input. So you can almost speak whatever language and turn it into whatever language later. Right. So that's about like what's gonna come, either short term or long term, to video translator and HeyGen Labs. Great. So I think that's plenty of like context and the information around video translator. Let me try share my screen just to kind of walk you guys through an example that I made. Bear with me. Let me see where I should be sharing my screen. Okay. I think I might need to do this. I did a few videos, so I need to make sure that you guys can hear the audio from. Okay. It might come a little bit noisy and the echo because I need to turn on this audio stuff with this broadcasting. Let me see. I'll just share my entire screen. And I'll go here. Okay, I hope you guys can see my screen. And let me play this video. I assume you guys will see that. So this is kind of a test video I made just for the later version of Video Translate, like earlier this week.
Bonjour. Salut.
Oh, sorry. This is actually the translated video. I think it is. Oops. So let me find it first. I think I have it somewhere. This is.
Quoi de neuf?
Where was it? Download. Okay, here we go. Okay, I have to do this. Just a second. Let me do this again. Entire screen. I'll have to do entire screen, I believe. And I go here.
Hey, what's up? Just doing a video here to test the latest update of video translation. I'm really curious what it sounds like if I would speak more languages like French, Spanish, later on Japanese, I don't know, Polish, etc. I'm just sitting in our office at WeWork and doing a pretty casual recording here. Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Okay, that's like kind of the original video I did. Can you guys hear the audio? I'm just trying to make sure. I kind of stopped sharing just because I couldn't see the chat or the interface of our live stream. Can you guys all hear what I was saying in the original video? Basically, I made a video. I just kind of did a casual recording saying, okay, I'm gonna be testing about I'll be speaking English, blah blah blah, and let me. Okay, great. I see you guys can hear that. Okay, let me share with you what happened after I go to Video Translate. So I will not be able to do a live demo now because you see there's like a crazy line that's been processing, and our engineer has been doing everything they can to scale up the server, capacity to process the jobs as much as we could with the priority based on the accounts and their memberships. But what I did is that you can easily like drag and drop your video just like what I did there and to this interface. And you'll be able to select what target language you want to turn your video into. There's 8 of them. Again, we're going to add more. Japanese is coming, and all the other languages, major languages are coming. There will be eventually like 20 or 30 plus. You can decide to only translate the audio or not, but by default, we're translating both the audio and the speaker, the whoever is speaking in terms of like their facial expression, their lip sync. And the video you saw, the first one I tried is turning it into like a French version. Let's see. It's kind of interesting.
Bonjour. Salut, quoi de neuf? Je fais juste une vidéo ici pour tester la dernière mise à jour de la traduction vidéo. Je suis vraiment curieux de savoir à quoi cela ressemblerait si je parlais plus de langues comme le français, l'espagnol, plus tard le japonais, je ne sais pas, le polonais, etc. Je suis juste assis dans notre bureau chez WeWork et je fais un enregistrement assez décontracté. Ouais. Voyons
Yeah.
comment ça se passe.
I don't speak French. I don't know how this sounds, but I can tell it's my voice, and I can see myself speaking French, which is kind of very magical, but a little bit weird feeling that I didn't know I could speak French this well. Like I never would, not without AI. But if any audience here today speaking French, tell me leave in the comment like what you think of my French. And I did another one for Spanish. Let's take a look.
Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? Solo estoy haciendo un video aquí para probar la última actualización de la traducción de video. Realmente tengo curiosidad por saber cómo sonaría si hablara más idiomas como francés, español, más adelante, japonés, no sé, polaco, etc. Estoy sentado en nuestra oficina en WeWork haciendo una grabación informal aquí. Sí, vamos a ver cómo va esto. Es interesante.
Yeah, the same feeling here. Like I
Hola,
don't really
hola, ¿qué
speak
tal?
Spanish, but it sounds pretty authentic. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Like as a as a user, I say I don't know anything about AI or stuff. So that's basically how video translator works. Really simple, right? And there's some detail requirement. For example, your video has to be at least 30 seconds long, and it's now up to 5 minutes. But we'll definitely be able to expand the support in terms of like the max duration. And normally, without this crazy line, it only takes, say, a few minutes to process your video. For each, say, minute of talking video, it takes maybe 3 minutes each to translate that into whatever language you decide. It's only because like we didn't expect such a huge hype from the internet that our server has been super jammed, and we have to do some like prioritization in terms of we have to take care of like those video requests from paid account first, and then maybe guests and the free accounts, and we're doing stuff in that order. So that's why you're seeing a huge line, and more and more people are coming. So it's really simple though. That's how basically Video Translator works. It's a web app. It's open for access from anyone. It actually can work in mobile as well. We didn't too much for mobile, but we noticed that many users are visiting from a mobile browser. It's not the best experience on mobile yet, but it can work. So if you don't have a computer access, no worries. You can just like visit labs.heygen.com /video translate on your mobile browser, right? So that's the first part in terms of how video translate works, and I'll show you a few interesting tweets, right? So we announced that video translator, I think actually a long time ago. It was like a sneak peek, and but there wasn't too much, I guess, attention or reaction from the community, and it wasn't really open yet. And after like close to a month of hammering and iterating, we turned it on, and we gave this kind of video, kind of give an example of how it could work, right? So many people have seen this.
Seulement un morceau de crâne, le remplacer et placer le
So
dispositif
yeah, we try to help celebrities like Liang speaking different languages, and somehow Liang saw that and he was like interesting. I think that's where it got a little bit started in terms of like this vibe, but there's definitely more to that. So many people have seen this as well, I believe. So someone, we don't really know who, but like maybe a member from our community made such a video of Messi speaking English.
Despite the unexpected nature of the situation, today we find ourselves in the final match. This game is for those who are unaware of our training and don't witness our day-to-day efforts. We were not prepared for this opportunity.
Right, so it's kind of like his voice and his announcement, and like I think to a degree the emotion of his announcement is also in there. That's why it's getting pretty viral. And here's John, who was just like basically testing it in a very casual way, just like I did, and it's getting like super viral.
All right, so supposedly this is a vocal translator that's drag and drop.
Right,
so
and
drop
let's
this
just go
in,
later. He just basically talked to the camera
language,
for like 30 seconds and just to see how it works.
Particular, but hopefully this works well and make some really cool translating clips. Oh, there we go. D'accord. Donc apparemment, c'est un traducteur vocal qui est glissé-déposé.
Yeah, I got a similar feeling, but definitely not as strong as if I see myself speaking other languages. Like, otherwise I wouldn't know how long it would take me to really learn and get that native about. Right. So there's a lot more content on the internet. If you search for HeyGen Translator or I don't know all the other keywords on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and yeah, it's been really, I'd say, flattering, but also humiliating to see that how well received our innovation has been to the audience, to all of you. So we are very honored and we are really excited, but we are also trying to decide the best next steps to make it even better, to make it more scalable, easier to use, with better result for everyone, for every language. That's kind of a quick, wrap up for the previous topics from, some previous content, the question, to a quick walkthrough and some kind of showcase of the authentic community content. Okay, let's give it like a few minutes for AMA. There's many audience today. Let's see if we can find a few questions. I honestly am not the best to do the kind of question. Okay, so I'm just gonna scroll through the chat and see if there's any previous question folks posted. Okay, one of question is interesting. Can the application translate with multiple people speaking? Technically, yes. So what it is right now essentially is actually like a beta version proof of concept, where our labs team is just trying to prove that this concept works and it has value. People will enjoy that. That's why we're only focused on one person and 8 languages. And as soon as it works, we're just gonna scale and expand its capacity. So if it can work on one person, it can work on multiple person. It's just a matter of how they look like and how we identify them separately. Yeah, it's doable. It'll probably come as like a second big version later on after we take care of this one person speaking. Yeah, a few more questions are regarding like 2 person in the conversation. Again, same answer, doable. Can we create video courses using this tool? This maximize time to record videos. Yeah, so of course, so many educational institutes are reaching out to us, kind of seeking partnership, collaboration in terms of how to translate their existing video content into different languages. It's definitely doable. There's currently a 5-minute limit on each of the video duration, but it's only due to the current performance of the server and its again proof of concept nature in this phase. But we'll scale it up. We'll scale it to make it pretty capable and I'd say robust. Speaking of that, we're also turning this into HeyGen API. So you'll be able to just request a video to be translated, the same as you request a traditional HeyGen video or talking for the avatar, right? And it'll consume your credit the same way, so there's no extra pricing to understand or things like that. Is it possible to change the pronunciation? Yeah, a similar question I think people have been asking is are they able to preview the translated language or script before it really renders? We're working on that as well. So it's doable to a degree that you will be able to potentially modify some specific words, because for example you have a special company name or brand name that ought to be pronounced not following the regular language guidelines or principles of whatever language. You'll be able to preview the script before the render and maybe select a few of them to modify But we're trying to not, ask the users to revise and change everything in the script, because otherwise you can just do that with HeyGen already. Like it's no difference. Like you can just go to HeyGen app today and I don't know, make an avatar of yourself and ask him to speak whatever language. And we also have voice clone. So we're trying to make this a really different and simple experience. So it's like no-brainer drag and drop video translator. Let's see what other questions we have. Someone wants to translate their songs. That's interesting. I'm not sure. I haven't tried that. Let me try that first and I'll tell you. It might work, right? It might work. Unless you are like, I don't know, heavy metal or like you're a super fast rapper or something. But it's interesting, like normal sounds should work. Yeah, someone were asking how long does it take to render like 30-second video. It'll take 2 to 3 minutes, like normally, if it's being processed. But now it's only because we have a huge line of video submission. So again, sorry about that. We're doing our best to scale the system. User API, yes, API is coming. Well, as soon as we finish like the current version with more language, more robust, capacity, we'll turn that into API, and it'll be available in all the other regular API plans. Let's see. There's too many chats. I'm just trying to scroll through. Can we direct the result? Yeah, I guess by direct you mean kind of controlling what's gonna say, right? So to a degree, yes, we'll try to make that happen, but we try not to again make you to be responsible for full script, because that's not the intention of this product. How do you decide the accent? Yeah, so by selecting the voice, there will be more option in terms of, say, either American English or your English or British English. We're expanding that as well. All right, maybe 1 minute for 1 or 2 last questions. Let's see. Can we clone the voice to make it even more real? We are actually cloning your voice for this video translator. I don't know if you have noticed that, but if you give it a try, like the examples I played, it was totally cloning my voice and making me speaking another language. If you notice that you don't think it was your voice, please reach out to us. Maybe contact at heygen.com or customer or support at heygen.com. And with your video ID or your account, we'll look into that. We'll see what happened there. It should just be your voice, right? So someone was mentioning network error. Yeah, we sometimes see lots of some kind of network error from users, say from different continent. We're trying to see what we can do over there, but usually you kind of need to make sure you have a stable internet connection, and try again. It should work. All right, so I think Russian is coming as well, right? Okay, there's lots of chats. I probably cannot really go through all of them, and yeah, sorry about being late today. I hope this session was helpful for everyone. I hope you will really enjoy what we've been doing, either with HeyGen app or HeyGen Labs. Let us know whenever you have any comment or suggestion or feedback. We're always, all ears for you. We'll see you next week. We have more stuff that's also exciting and hopefully revolutionary coming soon. And we'll talk to you again in the next couple of weeks. Have a good day there. Bye bye. Ciao. Let me show this cool ending video.